All right, let's start the fun here. As you can see, I've already taken the gray striping. This is just vinyl. We're gonna change it. If you watched my last video, I kind of gave you a rundown on what we were planning on doing to start off, kind of like a phase one for LimeTime. But today we're gonna go ahead and start stripping all the stripes off. Get my DOT number off. That's probably going to take a lot of the day. After that, I'm planning to start cleaning this. There's wires fucking everywhere. The exhaust down low. Hold on. I'm going to get all that exhaust pulled out of there. Get the PTO pump out of it because this truck doesn't need a wet kit anymore. So I'm going to get most of that out. So it's just out of the way. And I'm probably going to come through and steam clean the firewall. Get some of that blow-by oil and stuff off of it. I do need to get down to the chassis node. That is down by the frame down there. I want to go through. It was having some chassis node issues when I first before the engine went on me, but window chops are gonna come off. That spotlight over here, I'm telling you, I'll get there sooner or later here. That spotlight, it's got to go, and we'll just kind of see where we get from there. Back here, all the decals, the DOT tape, the LimeTime in the middle. I may go ahead and start pulling the grab bars off. We'll just kind of see how far we get today. But I got my Insta360 set up here, so I'm gonna let it record while I do this, and we'll just put it on kind of like a time lapse or something. That way nobody's completely bored out of their mind watching me peel vinyl stickers. So, well, stay tuned. One side pretty much done. Still gotta get the DOT numbers, take my LimeTime tag off, and then we can start heading towards the back. Good morning. As you can see, I got all the stripes off. Unfortunately, I thought I had my camera recording facing me, but with that Insta360 camera, I wasn't paying good enough attention, and it was actually facing the wall over there. But all the stripes are gone. Pretty much all of the decals. Not those, obviously, but still needed to remove the IFTA sticker. Everything's off of here. Today, yesterday, I spent all day yesterday cleaning this firewall, for the most part, between having meetings at the bank and picking up my dog from the vet and stuff like that. But I went ahead and went through here with some degreaser and a steam cleaner and got the firewall all cleaned up like it should be. So today I am planning on, hopefully that'll work today, but I'm going to clean this disaster up. Start labeling wires and get everything kind of in a pack so that it's not kind of just spread all over the place. So that we're getting ready for sandblasting. Is what we're doing. So I'm probably going to remove the power steering reservoir. The Davco is going to come off. Like I said, the AC lines and the wiring harness. Boy, I really got to learn that it's this way. These are the AC lines, some extra electrical stuff. Get all that kind of bundled up and bagged up. That way none of the sand can hurt it. But got those drop panels on the other day. Pretty sure I showed that. Got one side, the bunk mocked up. I still got to do the front, make sure it all fits correctly like it's supposed to. All that. And then probably going to attempt to pull this underneath exhaust stuff out and the PTO pump and lines. See if I can't get that out and kind of out of the way. I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna end up pulling the cab and the bunk before I sandblast. I need to do some repair on the bunk. Basically, I need to replace this whole side panel to get this fixed. I don't know if that's going to be here on phase 1 or if that'll be a little bit later on. I'm not sure yet. Kind of going to wing it on that. But anyway, that's the plan for today. So, day 2 of cleaning some shit up. Alright. Not too bad for a few days worth of work. Shouldn't even say a few days, really. Maybe a day. Went ahead and took the drop panels back off. They lined up pretty good. No problems there. I'm trying to decide if I want to pull these tanks off and paint them exactly how I'm going to paint the fuel tanks with the end cap showing. I mean, you don't really see, I mean, you see some of it, but you don't see a whole lot of it. I mean, either way, they're coming out. We'll get the step boxes off. I got this air cleaner off so I can get it painted. Trying to get everything together that needs to be painted. Got this side, got this window chop off. I started over here. Got the exhaust out. Got some of the wiring zip tied up a little bit more out of the way. I'm trying not to pull the whole wiring harness out of the frame, to be honest. I don't know if that is gonna stay that way, because I'd really hate to have the sandblaster come, sandblast it, and then just destroy a bunch of wires. And I don't really know what I can cover it with so that it doesn't. I did get the Davco off. Still got to get that power steering reservoir off of there. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to change out the leaf springs, because I am going to go to an air ride front end, and I think they recommend the 1.5 spring over the 2 spring. I'll have to talk with Rudy on that and get his opinion. He knows that stuff more than I do. But I was gonna take off this breather, but this has the stupid ass lock nuts that nobody ever has a key for, and obviously I don't have a key for it. So my gimbal just threw a fit. That was interesting. And of course it's on both sides on the lower strap on this side. So I'm probably going to end up having to cut those off to get them out and get them off of there. Don't mind that CB wire, because it's, yeah, that's going to come out of there too. Actually, I'm going to move the CB completely. It'll be on the back of the bunk by the time I'm done. Still got to get this chop off. Both draw panels are back off. Got everything kind of tucked up here where it's out of the way. The exhaust, only thing holding that is just right, the 2 mounts on the cab, and then that'll come off. My label maker actually broke earlier because I was gonna start pulling. I wanted to take the 2 air lines out of this air tank and make sure and label them so I knew where they went when we go to put it back in. And then we'll be pulling this box off. Still has some goodies in there. Looks really fresh. So that box will come off. I gotta find somewhere to drain all the fuel. That is. Still in these tanks. I think, if I remember right, there's still probably at least a quarter in there. A quarter of 150 gallon. No, I'm not going to do the math. Haven't touched anything back here yet. We're kind of just working from the front forward at the moment. So tomorrow I got a wiring job. I got to put some headlights in I think it's a 389. Yeah, it's a 389. It's got 389 style headlights in it. Actually, I guess we could go and take a peek of that right quick. Dropped it off today, even though it wasn't supposed to be here till tomorrow. So I didn't have anything planned for it today. Boy, this thing is just all over the place right now. Anyway. Not a bad truck. I mean, it's seen some better days when you get real close to it, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do on these. But we're replacing these inserts with heated lenses. The owner tried to do it himself, realized it's not a plug and play system, so now it's here. So I get to do that. Really wish he'd let me do a lot more stuff, but it is what it is. And then he's got an air brake leak. I think it's coming from the air manifold down on the firewall. That we're going to take a peek at, and I believe he has a bunk bag. One of the two bunk bags is going to get replaced. I do like their deck plate on this one. It's a little bit similar to what I'm going to do with LimeTime, except for mine will be a graded system, kind of like a Iowa Custom. So we're Merritt, who makes the actual grate. But I am going to take a measurement on his fifth wheel riser, even though it's a stationary. Doesn't matter to me, but I want to see how high he is to see how high I can put one on LimeTime without being too tall for the livestock trailers, obviously. This was a Fitzgerald glider kit. It's got 12.7 Detroit in it. I wouldn't mind owning this one, honestly, if it came up for sale for the right price. So I will try and get some footage of wiring up those headlights and getting those installed. Won't be a how-to, but just kind of show you how I do things when it comes to wiring. Oh, my face is disgusting. But anyway, that's all I got for now. Catch you next time.